What's going on, guys? PX Cam here, back in with a brand new video. We are here doing some daily race A action, and I know it's been a while since we've done any daily race A, but with this week they gave us the RCZ, the Audi TT, the Volkswagen, basically the quadfecta of all front wheel drive cars, and they put it all into one single package for daily race A as we are racing around Tokyo Expressway. So things are gonna get very hectic here. This is the track layout that has a very long straight. Well, it's kind of like a windy straight, but you can get some really good maneuvers here, some really great overtakes, especially because it's just the slipstream is just so powerful on this racetrack. But we're gonna see what we could do here. Since we did get a really good time, we were able to start off on the pole position for majority of our races here, but we're gonna jump right into it. So before we get into the races, if you guys really enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video, as it really helps out the channel when you guys do so. Anyways, that is enough promoting myself. Let's jump straight into this race. Jumping to our first race now, we are starting off in the Peugeot RCZ, and I know if I didn't say Peugeot correctly, you guys can slam me in the comments down below, but again, good enough to get us into a first place. We are starting on a grid start, so it's a little bit scary for me. Not sure if these guys are gonna wreck us here as we're setting our traction control to 1. Off the line here, we get our 3, 2, 1, and away we go as we get a alright start, but not the best. As you can see, we already have someone right underneath us, and it's Natansky pressuring us going into turn number 1. It's going side by side. Fortunately, have the bad line going into the first corner. We have to brake earlier than Natansky, and we give him the first position. So nothing too crazy here. It's not going to be too bad to actually be the second car or the third car in the pack, because again, we're going to lead ourselves into the long straight after this hairpin, and whoever is the following car should be able to easily retake the position. As you can see, third just decides to dive bomb his way into here. Try to make a cutback here and get ourselves into a good position, heading down this long straight once again. And it's going to be a little bit interesting because Natansky did pick the Audi TT, and if you guys know anything about these cars here, the Audi TT does very well on handling sections of the track, so mainly just the first sector. But this is where the RCZ actually shines, is down on the straight, as it's got way better top end speed than the Audi TT or any other car for this race. And you can see how much we were able to just gain on the Audi TT as we attempt to overtake on the outside. Take a little peek there, just wasn't able to complete it, so we're just gonna back off, just go single file. We're gonna meet our friend here, the chicane of death, as we try to take it as well as we can, but we kind of missed the apex a little bit, and luckily we didn't get launched off into the barrier, because that could have easily happened, especially when you go into the chicane of death in a bad angle. But you can see now as we head into our second lap, we actually get a pretty good run down the straight, and we are attempting a little peek on the outside once again of Natansky, but not gonna happen here. We're just gonna follow right behind him and just see if we can stay with him as best as we can, as I know the Audi is gonna be able to pull away from us on this first sector just because of the handling of the car. It's just such a beast on these windy mid-range turns here. And like I said, once we hit the hairpin and once we get down to the straight, the very long straight, that's where we're going to be able to show our muscles, and we should be able to get around the Audi. But we actually get a really good run off of the hairpin, and the Audi TT doesn't really get the best of exits, so the Audi TT is already going to be under pressure from us as we're trying to make a move on the left hand side, make a little bit of contact with the wall, slows us down just a little bit, but all we have to do is just get back into the slipstream, and you can see right there that how much quicker we're going, faster than the Audi. But unfortunately, just pinched us down onto the right hand side. We make contact with the wall, and we almost lose that second place position to the Brazilian there, as he was all over a rear bumper once we had made contact with the wall. So not sure if he just didn't see me there, or if he was just doing that tactically to just push me into the wall and not allow me to overtake him. But either way, the results was going to be the same, as we are stuck still in second position, and we about have 2 laps left here to see if we can try to get this win. But off the final corner, you can see the Audi TT made contact with the wall, and now we get a great run down on the inside. easily make the overtake down the straight, heading us into the first corner, and we secure the position there by braking a little bit later than the Audi TT. But the Audi TT said, "I'm not leaving without a fight." He's trying to overtake us into this technical section, but we forced him down into the inside, forced him into the wall, give him kind of a taste of his own medicine after what he did to us down the straight. But you can see that didn't really hurt him, you know, a lot. We didn't kill him. We just nudged him into the wall a little bit, just showed him that we were a little bit displeased with what he did. And like I said, luckily we are now in first place. And again, since we do have the best top end speed, hopefully we can pull away from this Audi. But top end speed is no match to the slipstream. As you can see, the Audi just gains 50 horsepower compared to us. As you can see that he is now on our right hand side heading into this long right hander. And he decides to just pull out back just a little bit and move on behind us and not really go for the overtake. But you can see he's right on the right hand side of us, and that's not going to work out. So we try to brake as early as we can, and right there I just unfortunately misjudged the fact that the Audi was going to outbrake us, and accidentally make contact with his left hand side. So I was trying to just brake as early as we can so that I can let the Audi ahead of us and then just fall right back in line. And I completely misjudged it, and because of that mistake, look at the gap that he was able to just gain on us in the span of one corner, as he was able to increase the gap to about 1 second. But luckily the Audi did not get a really great corner into the first corner right there, and heading down into this S section. I don't know why he is struggling so much here, as there is no tire wear or no actually no fuel consumption or anything here. So he struggled a lot in that first sector, and we were able to at least regain back at least 7/10 as we take a very wide entrance into this final time into the hairpin. And due to taking a wider entrance, we're trying to see if we can get a better exit than the Audi. And luckily we're still, you know, 0.8 seconds behind the Audi, so we should be able to get into the slipstream. So all that mistake, well, I don't want to say a mistake, but the fact that the Audi got a really bad first sector is going to come to haunt him here, as we are now getting a very great run down the straight. We make our move onto the right hand side. Very costly here, as it's very risky. You already know that he pinched us out into the wall, but this time he decided to play clean, and we just keep it onto the right hand side until the very end, defend our position, scoot over to the left hand side, try to get a great entrance and exit. But you can see that we did not here, as we go into the chicane of death for the final time, take a very, very wide entrance, and that screwed up our second approach to the second apex. And you can see now it's going to be a side-by-side battle with the Audis. Make a little bit of contact on the final corner. It's going to be muscle versus handling. Who's going to be able to get it down to the line? It's this side-by-side drag race, and to the line it looks like the Audi barely nudges us out and wins by a hood. And we finish this race in second place. So very, very great race between me and the Audi. It was a little bit tense there, but majority of the way we kept it clean, except for those two incidents that we both had. But it was a really great race here. Let's see if we can have a replication on the second one. Now, jumping to the second race, once again we are starting in the pole, and surprise, surprise, we have an Audi right next to us. So immediately going into traction number one, setting it back down to zeros, we get our 3, 2, 1, away we go. And this one we actually got a little bit better of a start than the second place driver. As you can see, we have a pretty good gap away from him, and we try to brake as early as we can to make sure that we don't accidentally send into the barrier into the first corner. But into the first sector here, we have the Audi right behind us creeping up on us, and this is not what we wanted to see, because we do know that the Audi gets a really great run on the handling section of the track. But we're on the inside here to make a little bit of contact with Simply Amazing. I didn't say his name, but he decides to send on the outside going into the hairpin, and we decided to take the inside line, and it's still side by side now as we head down to the very long straight for the first time on this race. So on the right hand side, I decided to actually just let him go through, because I just did not want to start fighting here, let everybody else catch up to us, because this can easily turn from a 2-car battle to 8, 9-car battle very, very easily. And we don't want that happening going into the chicane of death, because one mistake can easily take out about 2 or 3 cars, and I basically don't want to be the car to be taken out here. So we just follow right back in line right behind the Audi, and everything looks nice and clean as we're gonna go into the chicane for the first time on this race. And we take it nice and easy. Everything looks pretty well, and we just stay right behind simply All Amazing. It's just an interesting name. And going down the straight to lead us into the second lap, we're gonna follow him right down to straight into the slipstream. So you can see once again we get a really great exit off of the final corner. We're using that slipstream, abusing that slipstream, and we send on to the outside going to turn number 1, but we make a little bit of contact with simply All Amazing, and then AC Mid, I think that's AC's name, decided to come down on us, forces into the wall. I think he's just misjudged the move, and we actually lose the position because of that. So it's a 2 Audi TT race against the Peugeot. So both these guys are just ganging up on me. Some German crime here, as you can see now that they're going side by side, heading into the hairpin. And off of this, it's going to be really great for us because all we're going to be able to do is just use up that slipstream, and maybe by the end of the straight we should be able to hopefully get around them. But as we go down to the end of the straight, just things were not working for us, and we're not going according to plan, as we just had to stay right behind them. Really couldn't get a good enough suction off of them and to make the overtake. But still 2 laps left. We're gonna, you know, not push the issue too much. We don't want to accidentally kill ourselves here and lose even more positions. So we're just following right back in line. I see that AC Mid is actually has pretty decent pace, and he's keeping up with Simply. So we're just gonna just follow along right behind here, see if these guys are gonna end up fighting with each other, and if they do, we're just gonna see if we can capitalize on any mistake or any you know, crashes that they end up doing to each other if they do race each other hard enough. And then we should be able to just get the easy overtake. But like I said, I can't be relying too much on the wishful thinking. We have to make an overtake if these guys don't accidentally kill each other and bump each other out of the way. But heading to the hairpin, we're just staying right behind them as we take a little peek onto the inside of AC Mid, but kind of makes a little bit of contact with us, make contact back with him. But all fair game here as we keep it on the inside and he keeps on the left hand side. And so almost a repeat of what happened on the first lap. We're on the right hand side. We're just gonna let him go through. Don't want to push the issue too much. We already know that going into this quick left and quick right, you can easily get killed, especially if the car on the left hand side gets a little bit of understeer. So a little bit of action going on here as AC Mid makes a little bit of contact with Simply. We have to get off of the throttle so we avoid making contact with them. And we find ourselves in the exact same situation as the lap previous, as we are in the 3rd place. But AC Mid did try to sneak it on the outside as Simply was defending his position. And luckily they both got it working together, and they both realized that you can't go into that corner side by side. So they line themselves up back single filed, and unfortunate for us, they did not end up getting killed by that chicane. But we still have one more lap here to try to make a overtake on both of these guys. We do know we have the straight line speed. Now we just got to implement it here if we can get close enough after the hairpin. So on the first sector here, staying right behind these guys as we're just taking it nice and easy. We actually didn't get too bad of a first sector, as we actually run purple for it. And we're just staying right behind these guys as we head into the hairpin for the final time. Spotting our braking point right before the 100-meter board, we take a little peek onto the inside of AC Mid, and we just get not enough traction on the exit as AC Mid was able to pull away from us. But again, we got 2 cars right ahead of us. If they go side by side, all that's doing is punching in air for us, and we should be able to get the slipstream and make an easy overtake on both of them. But see that Simply is starting to hold up AC Mid as we attempt to overtake. We go on the left hand side. AC Mid tries to block very late, and he runs straight into the wall, makes contact with us, and that's 1 car down as we're going to try to get around Simply. Amazing going into the right-hander, try to brake as late as we can. We are unable to brake later than him, but we are going to attempt to cut back here, but just not enough to get us the momentum to try to make the move onto the chicane. But going to the chicane, you can see that he got a really bad entrance and a bad exit as well, as we made contact with his rear. Off the final corner, we're staying on the slip sheet. Are we going to be able to replicate the race earlier? But except this time get the win as it's side-by-side drag face once again. And simply Amazing gets the win as we lose twice to the Audi TT. So just simply putting it, the Audi TT is just outperforming the Peugeot, or maybe I'm just terrible with this car. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one compared to Daily Race B and Daily Race C. This is actually the one that I feel like I'm having the most fun with, as it's just a lot of mind games, a lot of just being patient with knowing when to make the move, especially because of the long straight. But not only that, it's a lot of close racing, and if you could get paired up with really clean drivers, you guys can have a blast. But let me know how you guys are doing around on Daily Race A, if you guys are participating in this race, in the comments down below. And since you guys made it this far into the video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as that really helps us out, as we're trying to reach 3,500 before the end of the month. And once again, if you guys want to follow me on the Twitters, on Instagram, or follow our Discord, you can find that all in the links down in the description down below. And again, if you guys really enjoyed this video, which I hope you guys did, I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out.